I don't have a prepared statement this week. I think last week what I said was enough, at least until January.
Coach, the Powerball is over $1 billion. What would you do if you won the Powerball?
Oh, that's a fun question. What would I do if we won the Powerball? Well, yeah, I mean, we're saying fun things, right? Obviously, the logical things are you take care of your family and, you know, that kind of stuff. So let's say we took care of all those steps. I would probably figure out with my wife, we would travel and figure out where we want to buy houses, plural. Someplace probably nice in the wintertime, you know, mountainish, right? Dumb and Dumber kind of thing, you know what I mean? In Vail, right, or wherever they were at. Someplace that you could go back to, the beachish, you know, in the summer. Or I mean, winter when it's cold and we got tired of the skis. Probably do something like that. What would you do?
What would I do?
Yeah.
I'd buy an island.
Buy an island.
Yeah, why not?
Whole freaking island.
Yes.
What would you call it?
I would call it whatever I wanted. It's my island.
I know. What would you the one about the question of what would you call the island? You were pretty quick with the island response. What would you call the island?
I didn't think I hadn't thought that far.
Oh, okay.
More concerned about what I would build on the island.
Yeah.
Call it Revis Island.
There we go.
There we go. All right. Speaking of football,
Was that what we're here?
I know we've talked a lot about it, and you have, but I just wonder, after a week like last week and getting over that hump and seeing what it meant to Jason, where does your pride register with him and what he's done and all that he's, you know, been through?
Well, I think everyone can relate with that. I think that's what's important. That's what college athletics is. That's football. And it's great to see somebody who struggled, who didn't go their way, you know what I mean, who wasn't named a starting quarterback, to persevere and stick with it and get an opportunity to capitalize on it. You know, I think everyone, maybe not in college football environment, but everyone's dealt with that kind of stuff in their life before. And, you know, see him continue to get better, to continue to improve, to continue to do the things that we believe in our culture in terms of being process-minded, and, you know, and being relentless about his approach, and to see that pay off, that's super rewarding. You know, it is. That's a big part of the reason we get into teaching and coaching, is you can see those kind of moments. You know, when, you know, if you're a math teacher and you're teaching whatever algebra to some middle schooler or whenever they teach algebra to people.
Yeah.
Middle school, does that sound right?
You got it.
Okay, no one uses it anyway. No offense to all the math teachers. Coach Zabrowski was the math teacher, so we can say stuff.
Okay, good.
But you know, eventually it's like, oh, they struggle, and then it clicks,
Yeah.
and it's really rewarding. So it's really cool for him to, and all of us to see him have that success.
Yeah, was sort of along those lines. Was that his best game, and did you identify a reason that it did all click in that moment?
Oh, I don't know. You know, he played pretty good. You know, was it his best game? Yeah, maybe. You know, we have to think back and go without looking at all.
Sure.
But I mean, it was good. You know what I mean? And why did it click? You know, I don't know. I mean, I think quarterbacks have a great way to get the players that play around them better. And he started to do that. You know, he did some really good things in that game. And, you know, the run game got going a little bit. And that takes a lot of pressure off of what they have to do in the drop back game. And he made some critical plays at some critical times. You know, big, long, explosive run. Those are fun for your team and demoralizing for an opponent. So to see him pop a big one like that, utilize his speed, it's a big deal.
What was Jalen's role on Saturday? I think it was the second straight game that he goes through warm-ups, sort of the third option, I guess, in 11-on-11s when you guys were at that point. What was his role in your mind?
Well, he's working with game day communication still with us right now, and continuing to ease his way back into playing. And he's every day and week it continues to advance. So excited.
Was he an emergency option in any respect, or was that Ethan?
Yeah, I wouldn't want to get into all where he was at in the depth chart and stuff like that right now, but when he's ready, he'll be ready to go.
Devin had 32 carries. I think his previous season high for this year was 15. Was that a concerted effort in the early going to keep him fresh down the stretch, or did things just kind of line up on Saturday?
I think it kind of lined up that way, you know, and you don't want to, you know, someone asked me, what would be an ideal number? I don't really have an ideal number, but I know when a guy's ripping off long runs like that, it's keep him in the game. You know what I mean, right? And He was seeing it well. You know what I mean? It's a hot hand, so to speak, and I think you ride those things, right? And it's not a lack of trust of the other guys that are in that room or anything like that, but he was having a hell of a day. Let's let him have an even better one, and so that was fun to watch. I'm super excited for him too.
Can I follow up on that, Coach? Is that kind